I used to get hammered in dorms.
But in Smash Brothers,
No, I used to get hammered.
people would hammer you.
No, I'd be drunk.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, wasted.
Yeah, sure.
And I was grown up, I guess. And what was the console back then that people would be playing it on?
It would be either Nintendo 64 or GameCube.
I think it was 64.
Makes sense.
So there was always a 64 in a dorm somewhere.
How popular was that game, though?
So popular.
Oh, yeah.
And it was always on a TV somewhere. It was in a dorm room lobby. It was in a dorm room of somebody there. It was in more than one dorm room.
Yeah,
and I always remember being in a drunken haze and looking over and going, I don't give a shit about that game.
Everyone, to another episode of the Emergent Gamer Podcast, episode 157. This is Neo Ayoshi. Who am I sitting with here?
You are in a small space with Felix Hergood.
Felix Hergood, alone,
We're
locked in a room.
It's like we're in the. It's like we're recording from the back of a Volkswagen.
The back of it. This sounds like a comfortable place.
Oh man, that reminds me of Kevin Smith, man.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
Well, he's doing fine, but man, that's fucking sucks, dude.
I know. I was very upset when I heard of that. I'm really glad he's okay.
Yeah.
I'm really glad he's the most wholesome geek on the internet. I want to say, real wholesome.
I mean, he's been caught up in drama, but I personally think the drama that he experienced was basically backlash from being too close to the fire of Hollywood.
Yeah, he distanced himself from after he did that buddy cop movie with Bruce Willis and Kevin Hart. I forgot, it was like Ride Along.
Yeah,
he did that, and after that, he was like, I don't like these movies.
I think he would appreciate me saying this, but I think he's a man that comes from low speech.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a man that comes from low speech. You know, I think all of us on the show are basically.
He's the everyman.
When I say low speech, I mean like I don't want anyone to take that the wrong way. Not that I don't think he's articulate, because he's articulate, but he's someone that understands the proletariat, like the working man.
Yeah,
he understands the working man better than some of the people from Hollywood who are kind of at this point dejected entirely from being human.
More or less,
like,
they're disconnected from the rest of us.
Like if you're and this kind of relates to something we're going to talk about later in regard to Twitch, but like if you're a Hollywood celebrity and you're interacting with people on a regular basis who are like normal, and you're doing it on more than a level of like they're consumers of my product.
Yep.
Then it's almost like you're coming down, and we've kind of made this analogy before, but it's almost like you're coming down off of Olympus as a god
and greeting the people,
greeting the Greeks. We've had this conversation before in regard to like going to E3 and bumping into some of the but it's even worse when you're an A-list celebrity. When you're that huge, when you're an A-list movie star or A-list musician or whatever, like it's hard. You're so cut off from people. Mm-hmm. Like you're constantly presenting this product that is an image of you being more of a person because you're doing things like maybe interacting on Twitch, foreshadowing.
Sure.
Or you're taking Instagram. The baseline, you're on Facebook and you have a profile, and you make that profile show a side of you that's more human. So you're manufacturing this idea that you're more human, yet you're not interacting with people on the level that.
Have you ever listened to his podcast?
Who's that?
Kevin Smith.
Yeah. And but to round back to my point, I think Kevin Smith is somebody who never left his everyman pants.
Gotcha.
He
keeps a foot in each door, so to speak.
Yeah. He always kept 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, probably returning to Jersey periodically, seeing his old friends. I don't know if he sees his old friends, but
and he went back to making movies he wants to make.
But at least staying in touch with the core of who he was before he was famous, and that's rare because most people when they start their career, they start manufacturing from minute one. They start creating this fictitious version of who they are
Sure.
for the world to see.
It's easy to do when you live in the public eye like that and have to put on some kind of mask.
Now, the alternative line of thinking there is that he's better than everyone else.
Okay.
He's the mastermind behind creating a, filthy casual version of himself for the world to see. Like, or, that's me being a cynic. That's me saying I'm very cynical of Kevin Smith because I don't know if I buy his shit. That's what that I imagine could be the criticism that someone would throw out. Maybe he's just Hollywood and he's just making it up better than other people.
Sure.
I don't know. But the point is when you see somebody that you feel you can identify with have a heart attack, you're like, oh, well, it could happen to me. Like, if I see Michael Jackson have a heart attack, I go, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, but if I see Kevin Smith have a heart attack, I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. How old am I again? Close to 40? Okay.
He's definitely in his late 40s.
I should probably think about this. Maybe I'm eating the wrong
man.
shit. It's something to think about, not to take the show into a terrible direction.
You already did it.
But you brought it up did I bring it up?
I think you brought it up. Did I bring it up? I don't even remember how we got here. Anyway, so Locke and Trip aren't here.
They are here.
This week.
So we have a lot of room to just talk.
Yeah. We got a lot of space to fill. So why don't you start with like what you've been playing, man? What's new? What's on your radar?
Well, here's the thing, dude. I have been burning the candle on both ends. Now,
Okay.
I said that in my stream, and someone responded with, "I don't understand what you're talking about." I guess this is not.
You don't do this all day, every day?
I was going to say this must not be a common phrase that I assumed everyone knew this. Like this was a what do they call them? An aphorism? No, it's not an aphorism. It's it's like
a saying.
It's a saying that people, when you say burning the candle on both ends, you're referring to like doing something late into the evening and then also doing it in the morning,
like working multiple jobs, or or like working and then partying and then working and then like that's like you're not taking care of yourself. You're not sleeping adequately. And
right. And I'm fucking not. I want to give a shout out real quick. Jay Prince. Do we know Jay Prince?
Is he he one of your Twitchies?
He comes
when you're Mitches.
I know him IRL.
Okay, cool.
He works at the loading dock. He works at the job. He comes periodically into the stream, and him and I were at the loading dock talking about games we like to play, and him and I have bonded over GTA, and I only bought it on the PS4. He bought it on the Xbox because he's an Xbox diehard. Like, he doesn't like Sony, and he's very critical of PlayStation. And
okay.
But anyway, he bought GTA 5 on there and has been playing the online, and he's been telling me about how good the business building aspects of the free DLC content that's been coming out for GTA Online, how good it is and how much money you can make when you really get into it and start using it.
Playing the economy.
He also showed me a way to get a private server,
Oh.
It's not permanent. You basically...
It's a private session.
You reset yourself to a public session that can eventually fill up, but there's a way to reset it to 0 so that you're starting with nothing, just you and your friends.
Interesting.
And then over time, it could grow. People could come in, but at that point, you refresh the process. You dump yourself out and go do the process over, and you start yourself in another empty online space.
Huh.
A very, very neat way to play some of the online features, because if viewers don't understand, the GTA Online business features are designed to be played with many people. Otherwise, you could exploit them and make tons of money.
Which is what he does.
And the threat is you go to deliver product. You have to build product up, your drug of choice, weed, coke, or meth. They don't have heroin, thank God.
It's funny. This reminds me of, remember that old game Dope Wars?
No, I never played it.
It was like an old calculator game on TI-80s.
Awesome.
The TI-80s. It was just a text-based game, but you were buying and selling high, buying low, selling high. It was like a drug dealing game.
This is really vaguely familiar, like I knew it.
Yeah, yeah. And it looks like it's
before.
Translated into the GTA world, which is kind of funny.
But anyway, you have to build up your product, and once you build up your product, so you have to acquire supplies to build the product, right? So you have to go and get like the supplies for the making the weed. And then once the weed is made, it fills up a bar, and then you can sell it all for a value. 200,000, it could be 600,000, depending on the product, right? Weed sells considerably less than meth
or coke.
And then meth, the coke sells the best, right? And anyway, this is really hard because there's a 20-second countdown when you go to deliver your product. It counts down from 3 minutes, and when it gets under 30 seconds, it goes public. So there's 30 once your 2 or 3 minute countdown, you're driving to the place.
I think you've talked about this before.
I have. I'm just reiterating. And at that point, everyone in that public server,
they know a drug deal is going on.
30 people, and they know a drug dealer is going on. Your icons are now on the map, and they come and bring out the jets. They bring out fighter jets, tanks,
jet skis that fly. Yeah.
Jet skis that fly. There's now a DeLorean from Back to the Future in the game.
Holy shit!
It just flies vertical and fires rockets out of it.
It can just hover.
Oh, it can do everything.
Oh my god!
Yeah. There's actually a pretty good clip of me jumping out of the DeLorean at the highest height in the game, thinking that I had a parachute, and just going right to my death.
Just splat.
Yeah, it was so much fun. But anyway, so to do this in a public server full, it's really hard. And the worst part about it is you spend all this money or time building these resources. You don't want to lose it when you go to sell the product, because it's almost like you wasted your time. You spent 5 hours one game session building up all your product, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're fucking dead because a guy shoots you out of the sky or whatever.
That's frustrating. That sounds frustrating.
So we figured out if you start in an empty one, you can get a couple of these runs or raids or whatever you call them complete and earn the money. And it's good money. Like I made 200,000 in-game dollars on one run.
So what's the value of that? Like you get like you can like just instantly just get an apartment or whatever and then buy some nice cars.
The cheapest apartment in the game is probably around 200,000.
Okay.
And that's like a dirt nothing with like a 2-car garage.
So spend a little bit of time doing this, you can get one of those high-rise apartments,
right?
Do some heists.
Yeah, like the 8 million thing, and then you don't have to spend the money on the shark cards, and that therein lies the reason why GTA Online doesn't like the practice.
Instead of spending real money, you're spending time. Just getting this done.
Yeah.
Just doing this thing, yeah.
You're not wasting any time. It's full maximum productivity. So he gifted to me, my point, GTA 5 to show me how good this is and what
he got you an Xbox copy.
He got me an Xbox copy of GTA 5. I'm starting at 0. This is why I jump out of a plane or the DeLorean and have no idea I don't have a parachute, because I didn't realize the parachute fucking unlocks at like level 5.
Sure.
Right? So it doesn't even unlock until later. I didn't even realize that. I thought you just had a parachute from minute 1. Done a bunch of things. Like I forgot that the character missions from the named NPCs,
right? They
call you when you're in the online version, Lamar and like Lester and like all these guys. They call you to give you missions. That doesn't start happening until level 5. So there's a whole 5 levels where you have to figure out what to do. This is in my opinion, this is a huge barrier to entry for that game. Now, one thing what if you just did like matchmaking? You could, but if you were somebody that didn't want to do that and you wanted to find something to do in the open world, you see all these
like activities, like
you see all these players around you doing stuff, and you don't understand why you have nothing to do. You're like, what the fuck? Like, why are people not calling me? Now, in the game's defense, I had the ability to skip the online tutorial missions. So maybe you earn enough XP to get to 5 by doing those. But I would think that if I skipped them, they would give me level 5. But maybe they don't. Maybe they just skip them. And then you don't earn the XP. You miss it. Because there's like a sample race and a sample death match or something that you do, and then you're ready to go. You're in the open world. But I had a skip option, and I went, fuck it, I'll skip that.
I played this before.
Yeah, and then I got out there, and I just started doing the stuff. But there are things that I just don't have. I don't have a house yet. I don't have a fleet of cars. I don't have any planes. I don't have any of this stuff. So I'm like a target. And
fresh meat.
So all I'll talk about, because I don't want to take too much time off of you and some of the awesome news points that we're going to talk about. But what I found to be pretty interesting is I'm like a vulnerable lamb in this space when I'm by myself. That's why I actually don't even prefer to play it without other people. But I'm like this vulnerable lamb who can just get killed whenever somebody comes near me because I'm so low level. So I was getting killed a lot this one night, and I was trying to like. There's this new gun that's like a promotion for Red Dead, where it's like a.
That's exciting. Is it like a revolver?
Yes, it's an old school one, and you get it by following a bunch of buried treasure. So you basically you find these clues that are buried, and there's like people who got murdered and da 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 da.
That's really cool.
You drive all over the map, right? So I'm trying to solve this, and I'm not accomplishing it because somebody will inadvertently kill me, and then I don't get to the next point. I have to go back to the beginning and start over because you got to do them all consecutively without dying. I think if you die, then it resets it to the original point. So I think I don't quote me on that, but so I decided. No, I don't think it resets. I think the point still stays on the map, but I just wasn't making it because I was dying every time I would attempt a length of this. Right? Arm 1 going from point A to point B. I never even made it to B to C to C to D because I had people killing me. So anyway, I go and I say, fuck it. I'm just going to take cabs. Now, there's no fast travel. There's fast travel. There's fast travel in the.
I'm just going to hail an Uber.
Right.
I'm just going to call an Uber and do this. I can't just get a car.
I wish Uber was in it. It's just cab companies. But
I could steal one, but whatever. It's whatever. People got to make a living.
It created a really interesting psychological effect because everybody's response to
Did you drive within the lines too?
No, I wasn't driving.
Oh.
Dude, so I called a cab to go from point A to point B. I called a cab, and the cab picks me up, and I wait on the side of the road. And then I just ride. And I wait to see if someone decides to kill me. Now, most people's response is immediately to come and blow the cab up. But here's where it gets fucked up. Because they think that my immediate reaction is going to be to pulverize them back. But I have no guns. At one point, I had 0 bullets. I had a gun.
Oh my
God,
that sounds awful.
Yeah. And so this guy kills me and blows up the cab. And I went, oh, fuck. And this is what I would do in reaction to somebody being aggressive like this for no reason. I would blow up, die, respawn somewhere, walk back to the side of the road, exactly where the guy killed me. Stand there, call a cab, and wait.
Call another damn cab.
I would have people walk up to me and start doing emotes at me. I would have people who would stand there and
like literally like, I have no guns.
I have
nothing.
I would have people who would come up and immediately shoot me and kill me again. Then I would walk back and take a cab, call a cab again. I literally kept doing this over and over again until it got to the point where I had 2 dudes who were following along with me and doing what I was doing.
Just waiting for cabs.
They literally would call their own cabs. One guy called, I called a cab, and he got in my cab, and he rode with me to the next point.
It's like Uber rideshare.
But people did not know what to do with the fact that I was not being aggressive.
You weren't responding to their bullying tactics.
I wasn't responding at all. I was just getting killed and walking back to the side of the road.
That's got to be like that's like a study in human behavior right there. Yeah. Like amplified in game form.
But it was super fun. But anyway, my point is I'm burning the candle on both ends, doing dumb shit like this.
This is not on stream.
None of this was on stream.
This is you having fun off air.
I did all of this just completely not on stream. I also started playing the story version again. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going through that, and I'm going to try and 100% checklist it.
Cool.
But I'm not doing that on stream. And I'm thinking that I might do a night stream just to show people my progress and where I am and what I've been doing. Play a couple missions or whatever. But for the most part, I think I'm just kind of doing that. And then in the stream, I've focused in on Kingdom Come Deliverance and completing my Assassin's Creed No HUD nightmare.
Now, you were doing that history tour.
Oh, I did that. Yeah. Oh, we didn't get a chance to talk about that.
On it. You've been talking a while, but
no, it's real basic. The Discovery Tour mode is like literally like walking into a museum, and the only thing that I'll note that's really cool is you can fast travel anywhere and take any part of the tour, so you don't have to just start in Siwa
and do it in order.
No, I started like in Rome, not Rome, Alexandria. I started in Alexandria. The cool thing is the 2 things that I thought were really cool. You can pick any avatar. So when I took the Cleopatra tour, I was Cleopatra, which I thought was really cool. And it's cool. Like a narrator comes up, like a tour guide. A tour guide shows up, and they say funny things when you put your controller down, and you don't. So I put the controller down, and like the tour guide said, you know what's better about taking a museum tour in a video game? The omnipresent voice. Like so they would say like funny shit when you weren't like touching it.
Yeah.
But then when you moved through it, they would just narrate as you got to points, just like a museum. Like you were wearing
one of those interactive headsets.
Great example of me doing this in real life was I took the tour of the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Cool.
And I went through the tour. I got the headphones. I put them on, and Steve Buscemi was the narrator.
That's so funny.
And what's crazy is I, at the time, was watching Boardwalk Empire when it was on TV. So I'm like, holy shit, this is not a Nucky. Nucky's on my tour here. That was his name in the show. Nucky.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. But what have you been doing, dude?
What have I been doing? I guess I'll start with this past weekend. I went to Trip Zero TV.
Oh, you went to Trip Zero TV's place.
I did, because I'm all about his Metal Gear March. Now, it's funny that I'm...
Well, why wouldn't you be?
Taking Trip's not here right now. He's on vacation. He's doing a little trip.
Yeah, he's in Vegas.
Trip's on a trip.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah, I think you can see him on his Twitter. I think he's posting stuff, maybe. I don't know.
Probably on Instagram.
Yeah, probably there. But I am so all about this Metal Gear journey that he's taken, because I love everything about Metal Gear. Have you popped into his stream?
I was in there when he was playing Metal Gear Solid 1.
Perfect.
And I kept saying in my head when I was watching it, this looks really familiar. But then I realized as I was watching it, that I thought I had written in the chat, I think I played this before. But then
Probably.
I looked at screenshots and footage of Metal Gear Solid 2, which I do remember explicitly playing.
That was a big deal when that came
out.
out.
I realized that the structure of the game was the same.
Yep.
Just the graphics got better.
Yeah, it has the top down, the radar, and then it's all stealth based.
And that's definitely so. I definitely played Metal Gear Solid 2.
Perfect.
And I had a good time with that.
So I was there for when he was finishing up Metal Gear Solid 1, and he got stuck on the Rex, Metal Gear Rex, the boss.
Is that the one that has like the fun?
The big robot.
Yeah, but is that the one that has like the AR thing, like the.
Go on.
They do something in your console to like read parts of your game.
No, that's the Psychic Manus boss fight.
Which is in what?
That's in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh, it is in that one.
That's not the final boss.
Not the final boss.
So because Metal Gear has every Metal Gear has a really cool cast of bosses, except for 5. 5 did not really have that. But yeah, they did it a little bit differently. 5. It was more open world, more all that. But Psychic Manus was one of those characters who, at first, you can't shoot him, you can't hit him. He just dodges everything, because it's revealed later if you call your commanding officer, Colonel Campbell, he's reading your controller. You have to switch the controller port. And Psychic Manus reveals this to you in the beginning when he goes, I know everything about you. I can read your memory card. You like Castlevania. You play a lot of racing games. Like he'll back in the day in Metal Gear Solid 1, this is what...
Dude, as a kid, that would freak you out.
Oh, yeah. And then during the fight, remember old TVs? It would go, you have like the green text that would be like video 1, video 2. Remember old TVs like that?
Yeah.
Well, the game did that too during the fight. It would go, Psychic Manus would go blackout. And then the screen would go black, and then the corner would go Hideo 1. It would say Hideo 1, and then it looked like your TV changed inputs for like a second to freak you out a little bit. And then it would come back in, and then he would continue to dodge.
Do you think it really did that?
No. The game just made your screen black and said the idea was that it was supposed to trick you. It was breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, it's great.
And then the solution to that fight, sorry, spoilers for a 20-year-old game, you switch the controller ports to the second controller.
Oh, cool.
And then he couldn't read your thoughts anymore. So it was like a fourth wall breaking.
Who figured that out? Except for
Hideo. Eventually, the colonel would call you, or you would call you have a support staff in your codec. You have like a phone book.
People that you would talk to.
Yeah, and the colonel would go, I got it. You have to switch your controller port. He's reading your thoughts. He's reading your movements. So like that was like a cool thing. And the second game does another fourth wall breaking thing like that too. I don't think Trip's got there yet, so I'm not going to actually say what it is.
Don't spoil that.
Yeah,
because he forgot.
He forgot. Oh man, the end of Metal Gear Solid 2.
I'm asking you. Do you think Trip
I did not watch him play that boss fight, unfortunately.
Oh.
I was our schedule's not all mixed up, but I really wanted to be there for just him playing Metal Gear at all. I might even ask him if I can join him again because I just really enjoy the journey that these games take you.
You were in his chat? You were in Discord.
I was sitting next to him.
Oh, you sat with him.
I was
because you were at his house. You said that.
House,
you said that. You
brought over some beers, watched him play a little Metal Gear. It was great.
That's fun.
It was really fun.
You were the guy in the chair.
I was the guy in the chair.
You know what's really fucked up?
What's up?
None of you guys have been in my chair, and I've had numerous people on my show.
9 to 5 jobs, man. It sucks.
Morning coffee.
If you did more night stuff, it would probably work out. But.
Well, we could always do a Saturday.
But yeah, we can work on something like that.
I would like to do a Saturday with you.
I would like that as well. I've also been streaming a lot more. I've been trying to stream a lot more.
Yeah.
I've been on air doing a lot of PUBG.
Twitch.tv/Neo Aoshi.
All one word.
AOSHI.
Correct.
Neo Aoshi. So
yeah, I need them viewers.
Please follow him.
Very close to affiliate. I got all my hours in. I just need average viewers up.
Oh, you're looking at those little achievements you're unlocking.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying that. And this weekend I definitely want to do like a different game. I've been doing a lot of PUBG, obviously, because it's just the easiest thing to hop in and just play.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Been playing a lot of first person mode, getting really a lot better at that. The idea was
probably the only way I would play it.
In first person, not third person. That would make sense. I like third person initially because it feels like a Metal Gear game to me because you hide, you're spending a lot of time sneaking around bushes trying not to get caught by people. But I've decided to change my gameplay style now. So instead of going for safe bets out of the plane, like safe drops, I want to go for the most dangerous, what we call hot drops, where most people will try and drop and get geared up really fast, and then where most of the fights happen early on in the game. Yeah, like so there's always a big...
Why do you want to do that?
2 reasons.
To prove to people you can do it?
No. I know I can't do it. I'm not as good as... I'm not that good. But I want to get better at the game, so this is the best way for me to understand the shooting a lot better, because the shooting isn't like your average Battlefield shooting.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
Not like that. The recoil is completely random. And
recoil is random?
Yeah, so it's not like...
Is that more realistic?
Kinda. The way Brandon Green, the creator, described it as, like, whereas like if you're firing a gun in Battlefield, you can assume you know how your gun's going to recoil. It'll go up, and you know how to adjust for that recoil, right? You subconsciously do it automatically, right? You always try and keep your reticle on the guy. But with PUBG, if you fire a gun, even if you go like bam, 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 the gun might not always kick back in the same way. It might veer to the left, veer to the right.
That seems more realistic.
It does, and that's actually what he's going for. So I want to get better at shooting, and the only way for me to do that is to get into gun battles. So even if I'm not going straight for like the sneaky chicken dinner win, I want to go for, so instead of my goal, instead of getting first place, is now how many kills can I get in a match? How many people can I take down before I get taken down? Can I get that gun before they do? And can I survive a small area with like 10, 15 people? So I did a lot of that yesterday and a lot of that on Sunday. And actually it's spiced the game up for me, because instead of spending like 30 minutes sneaking around trying to catch those circles, sometimes I'll survive these encounters and like last long in the match, but sometimes I don't, but I get into this great, cool, heart racing battle in the beginning of the match, and then do it again.
That's definitely sounds like when I play Battlefield 1, the difference between playing the control maps. Is it called control?
Where you're pushing?
It's not called control. That's Destiny. It's called. Oh my fucking!
Is it the game type where you're like
Conquest? It's called Conquest. So it's like playing
points.
When you play Conquest, they're giant maps with a lot of room to breathe and a lot of room to like kind of dig in and assess where you are. Versus when you play the deathmatch maps, which are real tight. Right. You get dropped into a deathmatch, you're always going to bump into somebody immediately. Yes. And the killing it's over and over and over.
Yeah, you want to keep up that pace.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's what I've been going for in the game.
But it's good practice.
Exactly. And a lot of people complain, like I've heard listening to the GSM podcast, friends of the show.
Oh yeah.
Requiem,
Diamond Jab.
Yeah, Requiem Night, I heard they were talking about PUBG, and she's like, she was paraphrasing here. She's like, I won't play PUBG because there's nowhere for me to practice and get good at the game. Otherwise, I'm thrown in a game with all these people who are I'm just gonna walk on the field and get shot right away.
Well, hopefully she's listening to this, and then she can hear
maybe
that.
she was. So I figured this is a really good way for me to practice the game. Drop into a location where usually, like, I'll give you an example. There's a location in one of the maps called the school, and it's just a big school. Oh man, this is. You know what? I'm gonna.
What?
It's an area of the game where a lot of weapons spawn, like a ton.
But what were you gonna? In relation to
probably
the world events,
not appropriate to talk about dropping a school and shooting a lot of people. But that is the name of the location.
I mean, it's in a game.
It's in a game.
You're not incriminating. Donald Trump is incriminating video games, not you.
Not me. No. So a lot of people will, like, you'll see when you drop out of these planes, you'll see like
you're not shooting
30,
kids.
No. Okay. We're moving past it. When you drop out of the plane, you'll see like 30 people just go for this location because they want to gear up really fast and then and get into an instant gunfight. And those are like the best places to like go to get better. I want to say, because it's forcing you to encounter people and get those encounters.
That strategy makes perfect sense, and it's no different than doing it. Like I said, loading up death matches so you can get better at tighter encounters. Because I never was getting good I'm still not good at Conquest in Battlefield 1. Yeah. It's just too widespread for me.
It's definitely more strategy. That game mode is definitely all about your team working together. And death matches you rely on yourself, more or less.
I love storming doors over and over again in the deathmatch maps because it is on the same terrain. It's like the deathmatch maps in Battlefield 1 are a part of the Conquest maps.
Yep.
You're just playing on a smaller piece. So
Correct.
You're familiar with the buildings and you know where they are.
Oh, yeah.
But you get to play it tighter and there's no real vehicles or anything like that. And it takes away a lot of the garbage. It makes Battlefield 1 Call of Duty.
Essentially, yes. But yeah, another game I've been playing was Counter-Strike. I hopped back into Counter-Strike because people on my Discord server wanted to play Counter-Strike again.
I still don't know how that game plays. I don't really understand
it. It's fun.
What's the style of game? What is it?
There's no aiming down sights, so there's no ADS.
So it's just third person.
No, it's first person. But the gun is constantly at your side. At like your. It seems like you're constantly
like Halo 1.
Yes.
Jesus.
Is exactly what it is.
That's terrible.
So what you do to aim better is you walk so the reticle stays close, or you crouch and then it gets even closer. That's how you get those tight shots in.
This is an old ass game.
It's an old ass game. It's an old ass game.
Did this game come out when Halo had come out?
Around the time the original Counter-Strike, like 1.6 era, that's like 99, 98. Yeah, so that sounds
some
right.
old shit.
Then Counter-Strike Source came out when Half-Life 2 came out. That was shortly after that. And then a few years ago, I want to say like 6 years ago at this point, Counter-Strike Global Offensive came out. And that's like the redone, updated version of Counter-Strike. People still play it like heavily. They play it competitively. But it's like one of those games where you die, you're dead for the round, and you have to wait for the round to end. And it's all about terrorists versus counter-terrorists, and the terrorists plant a bomb, and the counter-terrorists have to stop that. That's it. That's essentially the game mode. Is
that similar to Siege?
Kinda. Siege is definitely taking a lot of cues from that game style.
Yeah.
Because it does eliminate your team until the last person standing, or until the terrorist.
So it is both of those games are last man standing games.
Kinda, pretty much. Yes, more or less. Yes.
Okay, cool.
People designed other game modes in Counter-Strike, which are kind of cool. Like there's a game called Gun Game, which is pretty fun. You start out, you gain levels during the match, right? It's not like a last man standing style. What happens is you'll kill someone and you get a new gun. Kill another person, you get a new gun, and it like just swaps out these guns. You'll get better guns, and then it'll reset you, and then so like you're constantly working your way up levels to get new guns, and it's just a fun way to like spice up the gameplay. So I streamed a little bit of that on Sunday as well. That was a lot of fun to play. It took me back.
So in playing a retro game like that, did you get more people randomly coming in?
The game's still very, very popular.
No,
it looks very modern still. It's a very modern game still.
What I meant though, did your stream, did you have more people come in, or was it just your average?
That's a good question.
Do you remember? You don't look at the numbers?
I do. I peek at them as I'm playing. I usually average out around 3 or 4 people in my stream.
And that's what you had?
Yeah. I need to keep consistent average of 3 people in my stream so I can so I can complete my affiliate status.
Well, you know what I figured out about it.
What's
right?
up?
It's about 100 to 1 follower to viewer ratio. That's what it's about. That's what it comes out
Because
to.
I have 53 followers right now.
Right, so you don't even have 100.
No.
So that means you technically shouldn't even be getting 1.
Well, lucky me. How about that?
Right.
Well,
so if you're getting 1 when
Yep.
you're under 100, you are above the curve. If you're
Sweet.
getting 3, you're way above the curve.
That makes me
You're
feel
like
good about
300% productive with not even with.
it. 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, this is not a true statement. This is just what I observe with my own stream.
Sure.
I mean, I have close on Twitch. I have close to 2,000 followers, and on a regular basis, I'm anywhere from 15 to 20 people. 20's on a good day. Most of the time, it's 15. Today, I had 10.
That's pretty
tops.
awesome, though.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
it's like it fluctuates, but like it's a rough way to analyze it in your own head if you're worried about whether you're getting people watching. Like you can't, when you're at that starting point, you can't go, oh, it sucks, no one's coming in, you know.
You just got to keep at it.
But you haven't notified enough people, you know. You expect to get, you hope for 1% of your total follows. That's what you hope for, 1%.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So this weekend, I want to do probably Ratchet and Clank stream. That was free on PS Plus this week or this month. So, and I've never played any of the Ratchet and Clank games, and everything I've seen, it's a gorgeous.
I have.
It's pretty,
and
pretty
you
good.
should play it.
I'll do that. I'll stream it on Saturday.
I will tell you that you can't use any of the footage in your Twitch stream for later on like YouTube or anything.
They block it out
because Ratchet and Clank was a movie, and technically it falls under the rights of.
It'll get copyright claimed
immediately.
I won't put it on my YouTube.
The one I put on my YouTube got like all kinds of weird flags. I was worried I was going to get a copyright strike.
Totally just for the people who hop in my stream.
Yeah, good. No, I mean nothing's going to happen to you when you stream it. Like
Yeah.
I didn't have any problem with the stream. Twitch didn't do anything while I was streaming it, but I put the clip to YouTube and it got like it didn't get a copyright strike, but I was worried it was going to because that's how many like infractions it had. It was ridiculous.
Awesome. Well, let's move on to some news. How about that?
Yeah, I'm down for it because we're making good time here.
We're halfway through. Let's first thing. This happened last week, but Ubisoft announced that they're making Division 2. Division 2 is coming.
You are somebody. I mean, I'm lukewarm on that,
Sure.
but you're somebody who's been playing it recently. Does that excite you? Does that
it does
tingle?
It does,
and the lower part of your abdomen?
It makes me definitely feel good about it since launch. Yes, I feel super tingly about it. Division is an example of a game that I think learned from their mistakes and made the appropriate steps to fix what was wrong with their 1.0 release.
Hey, so did Assassin's Creed.
And they look. I give Ubisoft a lot of shit for a lot of the things they do, but one thing they've been really good at is supporting their latest titles. They've been really good at supporting games past their essentially their milking
Ghost
point.
Recon is outstanding.
Rainbow Six is great right now. For Honor, they just added dedicated servers. All this good stuff.
Oh, they're still supporting For Honor.
They're still supporting For Honor.
I thought they shit canned that.
I don't care. It's on PlayStation has a massive sale right now. I don't know if you knew this.
No, I didn't know.
I linked you a game that I linked you Hidden Agenda. Remember?
Oh
that?
yeah. I saw the link.
I saw the link. It's like 85% off. It's like $4. That's the PlayLink game.
Yeah, why don't you get that?
I'm freaking getting it.
We
So
should play
you can
it.
play it on. It's a great streaming game with multiple people.
How could you bring that over here without bringing a whole console? What
I log into my account and download it.
Oh, you could log in on my PlayStation.
Probably.
And then we do it.
Well, it's not a Switch. I can't just bring my Switch over. You know what I mean? Take my Switch. Anyway,
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Because I do.
Because you have a Switch.
I
Switch is pretty cool, right? Switch is pretty cool.
So amazing.
We got Switch news later. Don't worry about that, guys. I'm going to talk about Switch. So anyway,
That's
I'm excited.
You kind of funny guys out there.
So this, I predicted earlier in the year that we would probably see Division 2 at some point, a tease at E3. I had a feeling they would do that. So they actually confirmed here. They said the game will be shown at E3 this June.
That is exciting.
I'm very excited. So my guess is
New City.
That's my guess. They're probably going to take it to a different, not New York.
Oh, if they take it to a different city.
I'm thinking
Los
Chicago,
Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Don't do Chicago. They did that for Watch Dogs. Fuck
I
that.
know.
Then I would call it Watch Dogs 3.
Watch Dogs.
I would call it Watch Dogs 3 the whole time. Dude, do you realize how much The Division reminded me of Watch Dogs when I first started playing The Division.
Yeah, it has that like futurist techie vibe.
I'm a seasoned Watch Dogs player. I played Watch Dogs. I played Watch Dogs 2 for a little bit, mostly Watch Dogs.
But I play Watch Dogs 1. Yeah.
But I had just rolled off of playing Watch Dogs when Division came out, and I rolled into Division and I went, God damn it, this game is the same. Because it's third party.
Yeah.
Third person.
Third person, yeah.
And it just felt that way, dude. But I think it would be cool for them to take it to Los Angeles.
That would be pretty sweet.
I mean, they took Watch Dogs. They did Watch Dogs 1 in Chicago, Watch Dogs 2 in San Francisco.
Yep.
They did Division 1 in New York. The only other major cities, would be L.A.
What if
or
they,
Washington.
Hear this. What if they took it to like a modern day Paris?
Or
like a Spain, or like a cool like take it overseas, like the virus spreads. You know,
that would be cool.
Because if they continue their
like Barcelona,
their main story, yeah, hell
Barcelona map,
that'd be pretty sweet. You don't see that a lot in games.
Yeah.
Except in like Assassin's Creed, but you see that in the past. That's all history based.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you have this like concept in your head that like I think secretly Ubisoft is trying to make a giant open world like.
And then eventually they're like, okay, we made all these maps. What if we just fucking connected them?
Yeah.
What if we just made the perfect open world game?
They feel like
you go to an airport in game, and then I'm going to go to Chicago. I'm going to go to New York.
Right. All these different storylines. Like it seems like they're trying to craft like this giant connected universe of games.
And then like they just drop hints like, oh, Abstergo is in Division somewhere.
Yeah, you know exactly. Like Abstergo launched the virus.
Oh, well, I don't know. That's
Did you dig deep in the lore
of Division?
Yeah.
Abstergo didn't launch the virus.
I don't know. I'm just asking. No. We didn't dig deep.
Well, the story of Division was like this Division agent went rogue, and he's the one who dropped the virus. He put it in a bunch of money, and then he distributed the money during Black Friday.
And how do we know there isn't some like fucking
conspiracy
computer email or something somewhere in there that says that guy was originally with some rogue group from Paris?
I can't confirm it right now, and I don't feel like looking it up. But there's definitely an Abstergo reference in Division somewhere.
I know.
There's definitely somewhere there.
And then there's
one in Watch Dogs. I know that.
There's a shit ton of Division references in Ghost Recon, and there's a Watch Dogs Assassin's Creed reference.
I mean, that sounds pretty
I didn't
amazing
even play through Watch Dogs 2 yet to know all the weird Easter eggs they dropped in that shit.
Right.
They're just making a connected universe, man. It's all fucked up.
Well, speaking of other things that were announced this year, or that we knew was coming eventually, Shadow of the Tomb Raider was just announced.
I just got done playing both of those games back to back, dude. I am
Good stuff.
I am fucking psyched.
Excited for the movie.
And I'm excited for the movie, which I think you and I should go see.
I think we should go see it. I have one of my friends still wants to see Black Panther. He hasn't seen Black Panther.
He
yet.
hasn't.
No, so he wants to go see
the friend that I met.
My roommate wants to see it.
Not the one that came to the theater with you that one time.
That was him.
Was that him?
What did we see together?
A Marvel movie. I don't know which one. We've seen every one.
That sounds like it's probably him. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And he backed out at that one
Did he
time.
have glasses?
No.
Maybe he didn't. I don't remember.
I don't remember either now.
Fuck it. Let's not.
We've seen a lot of movies together at this point. We've seen like all the Marvel movies in the past like 2 or 3 years together.
Yeah.
It's been a lot. And a lot of people come with us, like huge groups.
Yeah.
So
you heard what happened with me, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to rehash it.
Pretty much last show we recorded, we found out they moved the date up of
so
Avengers.
I have to go to a late show that day.
That means we're not going to see it together.
No,
unless
probably not.
Shit.
Unless you wait.
I have to think about how I'm going to do this.
I would never force you to wait. If you don't have to.
This is what I'm probably going to do about that. I'm probably going to try and see like a Saturday matinee. That's what I'm probably going to do that weekend.
Instead of going that Thursday, I'm going that Thursday night.
Oh, you figured it out?
No. I can't go to the 7:00 show on that Thursday night. I can go to a late show.
Oh.
That's not going to be an issue. I just know for a fact that I can't do the one I want to do. My complaints have nothing to do with not being able to go. It has to do with not being able to choose when I want to go.
That's fair.
That's all.
All right, we'll talk about this off air because we'll figure this out. Because Lara Croft is back.
Yeah.
And she's in theaters and she's coming back to consoles. So apparently they teased before the movie dropped Thursday today. They said, "Hey guys, there's a new Tomb Raider coming and we're going to show you the teaser." And then apparently the teaser was also in one of the trailers for the movie. So if you see the movie, you'll see a teaser for the game that comes out this fall. So,
in the trailer.
In the trailers for the movie. You know the pre-trailers for that. Let's pretend you go into the theater to Tomb Raider,
watch the movie.
You'll see it as a trailer.
Oh,
So they dropped that.
Yeah, dude, I really want to see that. Wait, but that wasn't just for some premiere.
Yes, it was for the premiere.
But they're not gonna.
It's online. You can see it online. The teaser,
the trailer for the game.
The game, yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Don't worry. So they announced it will be out.
There's
September.
so much Tomb Raider.
I know. There's a lot going on in this, but it'll be out. Shadow of Tomb Raider will be out September 14th on all consoles. Now this is and computer. No console exclusivity this time. Remember what they did last year?
Yes.
Xbox first, and then in the spring they did PC, and then the next year they did PS4.
Yeah.
I think that really hurt that game.
I think they know that.
Yeah. So really excited. Now I can just not wait to play the game. I'm just going to get it on PC day one. Perfect. Saves me trouble.
Do it.
It looks like they're going for like this Mayan Aztec theme. They're going instead.
You mean she's going to like climb through tombs?
Climb through. Yeah. What? She's going to do what?
She's going to raid tombs?
She's going to raid some tombs? So that's all about that. And that's very exciting. I like those games so much.
I think those games are terrific. I am excited about the Tomb Raider movie.
Me too.
Because I played both of the games recently, and I know the storylines, and I know what they're creating in terms of like. Well, I don't know the exact plot.
Reviews have been middling, but the people who I trust saying it's a really cool action flick, and they do Lara Croft justice.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting out of it.
Well, what I see from what I watched the trailer is it's almost like they're combining the two first games. They're taking out.
Yes, that's what it seems like.
They're cherry picking information from both. Of them.
I mean, they obviously got her look from the games.
They got the look from game one.
There's like the boat
and the island, and the boat, and all that stuff. But they're definitely. I think the villain is. He's coming from the second game.
Right. And like her dad was in the second game a lot more. Like they use her dad as like a plot point a lot more. And it sounds like that's also being taken over here.
Yep.
So, hey man, that sounds pretty cool. I want to do that. I want to see that movie.
I know we have some other news points. I just wanted to bring up, because we're on the subject of video game movies. Yes. I just want to bring up, and we can talk about it in another show when it gets closer to its release, but the buzz right now for Ready Player One is that it's great. I was watching numerous trailers.
I've heard
people were talking about it.
Middling reviews as well.
No, you heard it wasn't good. Like people are half and half on it.
I've heard people are like, yeah, you'll have a lot of fun seeing all these cool references, but at the same time, I mean, like, yes, I've heard it was.
That's
really
what
fun.
I heard when the trailer was first witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard recently they did a private screening that was a surprise for a bunch of people that didn't expect to watch it at some event. Maybe it was South by Southwest. And the people who watched it but on surprise, the reactions from people coming out
were generally
and
good.
Writing on social media about it were that they really enjoyed it. People were tweeting really positive things when they came out about it. And they like not just like I'm caught up in the buzz of getting something for free type thoughts.
Like oh, we're all experiencing this together.
Like well thought out like analogies and comparisons to previous Steven Spielberg works and references. The one person said that it wasn't just a bunch of references piled together. It actually pulled a large chunk of the narrative from the book.
Cool.
And did a good job at it.
I mean, I did hear they had to like change some things to make it to translate it to the big screen. But that always happens in books.
Rule number one is they had to change all the shit that references Steven Spielberg directly.
Because he directed it?
Because I guarantee you he didn't want to reference himself.
Why wouldn't
he
want to reference? That's fun.
He seems like the kind of guy.
E.T.'s going to be in the movie. He's got to be in
there.
No,
he's going to reference his own characters.
Oh, just not Spielberg.
But there were specific explicit references to Spielberg in the book. As being like this, like the hero
icon
of the kid
of like,
there might have even been a Spielberg planet in the Oasis and like all this shit. I don't think he's going to do any of that. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Moving on to more announcements. It's just been 2 weeks of announcements. I know this is a week late.
We missed a week and we apologize for that.
But like, I really want to talk about this. You want to know why? Because it's Nintendo Switch related.
It's the Nintendo Direct?
This is the Nintendo Direct that was last week. And I'm going to just go over a few of the important parts.
Can you explain to both me and the listening audience what that is?
So,
because it sounds like there's some other...
Is this
like Nintendo's E3?
No, this is not. But this is how Nintendo likes to share their announcements, essentially. They put on a 15 minutes sometimes 30 minutes of a YouTube video they'll put out. They'll stream it on their Twitch. They'll put it out everywhere.
How often?
Let's see. They did a smaller one in like January or February. They did one in March. And they'll announce little things here and there, and then they'll save a big reel for the E3, and then they take each quarter of the year to announce some upcoming products.
So it's quarterly.
It seems that way.
So it's for the stockholders.
It's for everybody.
These
aren't like,
when they're watched
for everybody.
But you sure they're not? It doesn't seem financial.
No, because when you watch them, they're geared to present gamers with this information.
Okay,
you should watch one sometime.
They're
pretty
to.
Cool. They announced a whole bunch of stuff. They said there were 3DS announcements, Switch announcements, and more details on the Mario Tennis Aces game coming out.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go over a few of the big things that they announced. The South Park Fractured But Whole's coming to Switch.
Fractured Butthole.
Fractured Butthole.
Fractured Butthole.
Fractured Butthole. Okami HD is coming to Switch. It's a fun game. They had like 15 minutes of like Mario Aces talk, I want to say. They talked about game modes and style of gameplay and all that stuff. Coming out on my birthday, June 22nd.
Wait, what is?
Mario Tennis Aces.
Does that matter to you?
No. I don't care about that game as much.
Yeah.
A few of my friends are saying, hey, get it. We're going to do tournament. They announced like a tournament mode and stuff.
Well, is this a callback to a previous, how Super Mario Kart or whatever?
Mario Tennis was a DS game and a 3DS game.
Got it.
So there have been other and there was a GameCube one, I want to say. There's probably one on the Wii. That makes most sense because of the Wii emote. But my excitement, I skipped 2 whole generations of Nintendo systems.
So, I mean,
I didn't have a Wii. I didn't have a Wii U. I had a GameCube. That was like the last thing I had. So like me being back in this Nintendo train is really exciting to me.
Nintendo 64 right here, bro.
Oh shit! I still have an Nintendo 64.
I went from Nintendo 64
to a Switch. That's jarring as hell. Crash Bandicoot's finally coming to other systems. People predicted that for a while.
He's coming to the Switch?
Yep.
Oh.
And also PC and Xbox because he's been exclusive to PlayStation consoles.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was created by Naughty Dog.
Yes, and currently owned by Activision. That's who owns the rights to Crash Bandicoot. Right now, I believe. Yeah. They announced the release date for Octopath Traveler, which is the cool RPG that I'm really excited about. Hyrule Warriors is coming on May 18th.
What's that? Like
that is
Smash Brothers for Hyrule?
No, it's Dynasty Warriors for Zelda. You know the Dynasty Warriors games?
No.
They're like old Chinese folk tales, but they're essentially you're one dude who just plows through armies, and you're taking battlefield advantage.
Who are you playing as? Link?
In this game, yes. There's like 20 characters. 20 something characters
that you can pick to start, and then you play the whole thing with with a different ending for each one.
It's really tough to describe. There's not a different ending. It's not like a story based game. It's like Link, you need to fight all these enemies on this battlefield and take control and have battlefield majority. It's really weird. But then you go on the field and you're whipping out your sword.
You do not control many units.
You're one dude. You're one guy
in that large battle.
But
what you do,
you're like
influences the outcome
of the battlefield, not the story.
How is that possible? How can one human being or one whatever
it's
Link
it's a power fantasy. So like you're plowing through like 50 enemies at a time. It's you versus all these people, and you're just fighting your way through.
What's he using? Magic?
Swords and magic. We'll watch the trailer. We'll watch the trailer after this.
Yeah, let's watch the trailer because it sounds dumb as fuck.
If you're familiar with the Dynasty Warriors games, this is no surprise to you.
So Dynasty Warrior fans are losing their shit.
I mean, the game has already been out on Wii U. This is a re-release.
Did Dynasty Warrior fans lose their shit on the Wii U?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I'm not a Dynasty Warriors fan.
Do we know any Dynasty Warrior fans?
No.
This will be on YouTube. Please type a comment.
Are you a Dynasty Warrior fan?
One very specific comment. Just
yes,
respond.
I play it.
Just respond if you're a Dynasty Warrior fan in the comments on YouTube for this video.
Please. We'll be checking. They also announced, this is a game I'm excited for, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Like a fun puzzle game coming to Switch and 3DS.
Dude.
These are just
titles,
Nintendo games. These are just weird Nintendo games.
Hey, I will tell you, there's one game that I occasionally moonlight on the Switch.
What's that? Is it Guns, Cannoli, and whatever?
No.
Oh,
It's a Flame in the Flood. The Flame in the Flood.
Damn, that was just on sale, and I'm really upset I missed that sale.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what is the sale? The $15 I paid, or even cheaper?
It was cheaper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's 15 isn't bad.
Yeah.
But it's a survival game. You just play through.
I know. I've watched a trailer on it.
Dude, I've only lasted 5 minutes. Sorry,
is
5
that how
days.
hard it is?
Not 5 minutes. 5 days.
No way.
5 days.
There's no way.
I said 5 minutes. I meant 5 days.
Wow, that's crazy.
Is it hard?
Is it hard?
It's just a survival game. If you don't survive, you don't survive. And then you got to start the whole thing over. It gets repetitive.
Yeah.
Because like I can't play it more than twice in a sitting.
Gotcha.
Because I run through it, I die. I run through it again, I die.
You're like, okay,
that point,
I'm good.
Well, at that point, I'm tired of doing all the beginning things to start the thing.
Gotcha.
Right? Because you got to like set yourself up.
You got to figure out how to.
You start in the same village every time. It's not like you start in random parts of the map.
Sure.
It's a linear game. You start at the beginning,
and then you just go down
the
river.
But I can only do it twice, and then I got to put it down. But then
that's fair.
A couple days later, I'll come back and I'll do 2 more.
Gotcha.
And I'll see if I get further, and I don't.
Well, that's a game I have to keep my eyes out for.
5 days is the most I've made it. It's hard.
It's hard.
I'm playing on the ultra hard mode. I'm not playing on the light mode.
Gotcha.
I'm playing on the mode where you don't really have supplies and you have to really
easy mode. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't call them. I think they call it easy and survival.
Sure.
So
all right. So we got 2 more things here.
Yeah.
I did a Splatoon 2 announcement.
Oh.
So there's
Kevin Oates is out there listening to this, thinking hard about that one.
I've been tempted to get this game, but it's $60 still, and I don't know how much invested I'm going to put in it for $60. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. I want to see a sale for it before I.
Splatoon 2 has not been out.
It's out.
It is out.
It's been out since.
What was the announcement in Nintendo?
New expansion.
Oh, like a DLC.
DLC. So a DLC story, which they're announcing. And now this is the fun thing that they did at the end of the direct here. They ended with the Splatoon announcement, and then the 2 developers came on screen and they said, "Okay, this was really fun, guys. Thanks for joining us. But hey, we got one more thing we want to show you."
They did a one more thing.
And this trailer comes out. Did you see the Smash Bros. Trailer?
No.
People have been memeing this shit all over the internet, all over Twitter.
No,
Come on, man. Keep with it.
I'm a failure.
It's true. It's true.
I will immediately look for Smash Brothers memes.
Well, you're going
to play it now.
We're just gonna play it while I talk over it. So essentially, they show you 2 Splatoon characters.
I'm gonna play this. Listen for this trailer at the end of the show. I'll just pop it at the end.
There's no words, so you're not gonna hear anything.
You're gonna hear stuff.
I mean, it's literally just sound effects.
Good.
Okay. Well, fine. do you?
People can hear.
They show you these characters fighting, right? And the trailer ends with everything going black. And then you see in this twinkle of her eye the motherfucking Smash Brothers logo. And I fucking lost my shit when I saw it. I knew.
That's the Smash Brothers
That is
logo?
the Smash Brothers logo. You got Mario, you got Breath of the Wild Link in there, and then they show you the shadow of all these characters underneath the...
who's in there?
People have dissected this. There's all the basic characters that you've seen: Donkey Kong, Samus, Link, and it looks like it's Breath of the Wild Link, which is key there. So it's going to be a new skin for Link, or it could be a new variation of Link. I really love Smash Brothers, man. I spent hours playing Melee.
Smash Bros.
Dude, earlier this year, I've been saying they got to drop Smash Brothers, man. I come on this show every week, and I'm like, yo, they got to fucking announce this game. And I was like, they're going to show it off at E3. E3 is the perfect time to show off Smash Brothers.
And that they're doing it ahead of time.
So they put out the tease for it. So all they did was show you the logo, said Smash Brothers for Switch.
So you called it. It's going to be at E3.
My new prediction is they're going to show Smash Brothers for Switch. So they show Smash Brothers 2018. It's coming out this year. Let's go.
You're ready.
I'm ready for it.
All right.
This is a very exciting game, and I recommend anyone you should probably. I think you should pick this game up. I think Trip should pick this game up.
Yeah, I'm super lukewarm. I played it with Kevin Oates on the stream recently.
Smash Brothers?
No, I'm super lukewarm on 2 games that are huge favorites from people on Nintendo. And
go on.
One is Smash Brothers, and the other one is Mario Kart. I'm just lukewarm.
Mario Kart, I understand. That's
I had
definitely not for everybody.
I had fun playing it the other day with Kevin Oates.
And quite honestly, the only times I play Mario Kart are when people online are going, "Hey, let's play some Mario Kart." That's literally the only times I play Mario Kart. Yeah. It's no other reason for you to pick it up. Smash Brothers, though, this is a fun game, man. This is a really fun game.
You know, I used to get hammered in dorms.
But in Smash Brothers?
No, I used to get hammered.
People would hammer you.
No, I'd be drunk.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, wasted.
Yeah, sure.
And I was grown up, I guess. And what was the console back then that people would be playing it on?
It would be either Nintendo 64 or GameCube.
I think it was 64.
Makes sense.
So there was always a 64 in a dorm somewhere.
How popular was that game, though?
So popular.
Oh, yeah.
And it was always on a TV somewhere. It was in a dorm room lobby. It was in a dorm room of somebody there. It was in more than one dorm room. Yeah, and I always remember being in a drunken haze and looking over and going, I don't give a shit about that game. Like, I remember, like, kind of detesting seeing it everywhere.
Dude.
And I never, but I was grown up at that point. I didn't have a Nintendo anymore. Maybe I left my 64 home. And I was just drinking a lot, living a gross life.
Priorities. Makes sense.
And so I was in a bad place, and I don't know if I ever formed the
connection,
the nostalgia for wanting to go back and play it again, because I never really played it then.
I've spent so much time with that game and playing with friends and just going places and challenging people and just
arguably you are younger than me, so it makes a little bit more sense.
This is true.
I was kind of like I'd left the nest by the time this game came out, and everyone had cared about it.
Yeah, man.
But I have played it. I'm not saying I haven't played it.
Well, guess what, man? You have a Switch. You're going to play it again.
Okay.
I'm going to make you do it.
Well, come to the stream. That's
what we should do. We should bring it over.
Yeah.
And do that.
Bring it the fuck over. I mean, Kevin Oates just brought his cart. We played some Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah. That was a cool... I watched you guys do that.
Live on the stream.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I wish I could have joined you, but, I got to work and shit.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Well, coming around to, I guess, our last news point.
Yeah, so this goes back to what I was talking about in the beginning about how...
Look at that callback.
There was a callback. This news story I've been kind of following throughout the day from the old Twitter. But some guy named Ninja who I'd never heard of. Have you heard of him prior to this?
He is apparently a pro gamer. Yeah. Very good at the games.
What is the game that he's a pro gamer of?
He's playing Fortnite Battle Royale.
Okay.
So that's his stream of choice, his streaming game of choice.
Yeah. So he's a pro gamer, and his name is Ninja, and he just happened to be streaming. How did it go down?
It sounds like
he had a promotion that he was doing.
No, he wasn't doing a promotion. I think Drake just straight up went, "Hey, man,
you're really good at this. I'm watching you.
Can I play with you?
Can I play with you?" Yeah, so Drake the singer.
Look, even ESPN is reporting this. While you were asleep, Drake and Ninja just took Twitch by storm.
Right.
So Drake the rapper and streamer Tyler Ninja Belvins ranked in more than 600,000 concurrent viewers in Fortnite.
Yep. Wow. So one of the biggest Fortnite streamers in the world,
shattering Dr. Disrespect's record,
just got. We could constitute that this is a raid. He got raided by a celebrity,
and brought in this many people. Yeah.
So an icon of the music industry.
Apparently,
and then who else?
Later during his session, Pittsburgh Steelers Juju Smith-Schuster hopped in as well and said, "Yo, let me get in on that." And then another famous rapper, Travis Scott, jumped in on the fun. So they were playing 4-man teams, jumping in and playing this.
Yeah. So the question on my mind immediately, because I know how much shit is packaged and planned with people who are in that upper A-list echelon of anything, was this a fucking plan or was it not? I think it was manufactured.
I don't.
You don't?
I think he's one of the most popular streamers on Twitch.
Drake didn't pop into my stream. He popped in the most popular players stream.
He popped in the most popular players stream. And usually a lot of skilled people with either high personalities or people with high skill levels, like one streamer I've been watching a lot recently named Shroud. Shroud is one of the best PUBG players I've ever witnessed. This guy fucking hops in a game. He does these hop drops. He takes out like 12 or 13 people. Like bam, 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 bam. I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's hard to describe how good this guy is at the game.
He's a monster.
I was watching him last night before I went to bed, and he was talking to his chat, and it was down to like the last 3 people. I know we're tangenting off this, but he's down to like the last 3 or 4 people, and people go, "Dude, you're like about to win. Why aren't you like freaking out? Why aren't you nervous?" And he goes, "This game ain't nothing. I'm gonna no scope shoot this guy with my bolt action sniper rifle." And I'm like, this guy's crazy, and he's running around, and he's just like, "Oh, bam, peeks out, takes a shot. Bam, peeks out, takes a shot." And this opponent is like trying to like spray at him. He's trying to take down Shroud, and he can't. And Shroud wins. He just wins by just like screwing around, and he just takes the victory.
So I mean,
but yeah, this guy is apparently just as good as Ninja guy.
So Twitch is the
former Halo pro.
Twitch is the Roman Colosseum of the modern era.
Sure.
Where people are battling, like specifically Fortnite and PUBG are simulators of the Roman Colosseum back in the day, where people there are no real world consequences that are becoming of these people who are entertaining.
Yeah.
So you have a Dr. Disrespect up against a ninja, and they're battling to the death, playing this battle royale thing.
Yep.
And somebody's winning, and it just attracted the attention of Caesar's biggest musical act, right? And Caesar's biggest musical act just jumped into the arena with this guy who normally battles to the death and kills everybody.
Yeah.
And how did it go? Did Drake get killed a lot, or were they on the same team?
They were on the same team. They were duoing up at first, and then the other 2 joined in later for a 4-man.
Do you think Drake improved his social status, or do you think he dinged it? Do you think he fucking...
You mean improved ninjas?
Well, definitely improved ninjas. I would definitely improve the overall...
I would definitely say worlds collided that night.
Worlds collided.
I would for sure say that.
Do you think it's going to have a longer lasting effect on the popularity of Twitch worldwide?
I think
it just brought Twitch into the minds of
looking at the news
people?
outlets that report on this. You see CNN reported on this. You see ESPN reported on this. I think this puts eyes on things that on a place on the internet that most of the population generally does not.
What's hilarious is video games. This performer coming in and playing with somebody in the land of Twitch has to bring, live streaming and video game playing to the forefront of people's minds. Like the fact that the video game industry, including Twitch, is like a multi-billion-dollar industry wouldn't bring attention to people. It has to be some weird celebrity shows up. You know what I mean? And this is really good because this is positive. This is like news media about video games that is the polar opposite of what we got last week from Trash Mouth in the White House. Right?
Sure.
Because he was talking shit about video games and violence, and this instead bridges 2 communities. This bridges the large, ultra-popular media community with the gaming community, and people see positivity, people bonding.
And you know what? People in the chat were positive too. Everyone was so super supportive of the whole thing. People were having a great time.
Yeah, I think what you're gonna see, and it's not like they weren't there, but now that this has happened, you're gonna see more guest raids from random celebrities who want to get in on this fucking movie.
And you know what? I would love to see more of that. That sounds like a future I want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you already are. You're like the cable access version of Ninja. And I are the cable access version of Ninja. We're in our own small town studio, like in our own like little TV studio.
Yep.
On one of the shitty channels that you got to like turn to on UHF.
And then you got the major cable stations like Shroud and Ninja here.
Yeah, Shroud's like the ESPN of video games, and we're on dinky UHF.
We'll get there someday. We're going to climb that ladder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah. So apparently this started from last week. Apparently Drake followed him on Instagram first, and then that brought in the 100,000 subscriber mark.
Do you know what
Twitch?
Do you know what it means? It just means that what I've been talking about Twitch. You have your voyeurs and you have your exhibitionists. Okay? Sorry, that's exactly what I meant. You have your voyeurs, people who like to watch, and then you have your exhibitionists. Now, in Drake's actual life, he's an exhibitionist. He's a performer.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he goes into his closed life, when he's not up on stage singing a song,
He's a voyeur.
He's a voyeur. And then he merged from being a voyeur in his home life to becoming an exhibitionist by putting himself on someone else's stage. No different than him.
That's so cool.
No different than him coming into a fellow artist, maybe not the same type of music, like a rock star, and taking a microphone and then, singing a song with some band. He just kind of came in. Well, it's a little bit different than that because it's more like him stepping completely out of his comfort zone. He's now being an exhibitionist on someone else's stage entirely, some other different venue. It's like him trying to be an actor instead.
Right.
And he may or may not have had success there. It seems like he's being embraced by most of the community because of this, which will probably do great for his record sales.
All around, yes.
Which takes me back to this being a plan.
You think it's all part of the plan?
It's a plan by Twitch to pay an artist to come in.
I don't know about that. And
advertise their brand.
A few weeks ago, do you remember Snoop Dogg?
No.
He was from what I know to be true, paid to be on a Twitch stream to show off this game. And I think I believe what was the consensus of everyone was the publisher of this game paid Snoop Dogg to pretend to play this game while the game was on screen and he was just sitting there smoking or whatever.
Now, keep in mind, for anyone listening, I'm not that much of a cynic. I don't sit here and think that
what
Drake...
if the dude just wanted to play some Fortnite?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Drake isn't a game fan. Otherwise, he would never even have entered into a marketing deal where he would have to jump on a live stream.
Here's why I don't think this is for his monetary or Drake's monetary benefit.
It's not his monetary benefit at all.
He brought in all the subscribers to Ninja. First. Ninja is that happened last week where pretty much Drake had a raid on his Twitch stream and then all of a sudden he blew up, his Ninja streamer, and then he came in this week to play with him.
Right. So who knows?
Who knows? I mean,
But I know with the Dr. Disrespect that Twitch is trying to bring themselves into more of a mainstream media.
So throughout the night, it looks like Kim.com entered.
Who's that?
He's the exiled internet guru and mega upload founder, Kim.com. I think he's banned from the internet.
I might know him, but I don't remember.
And he hopped in the chat. That's so funny. This is cool. I like this. I like seeing this.
We've made it.
We've made it, people.
Yeah, Twitch has made it. We're part of that community. We've made it. We're all there.
This is exciting stuff. Well, man, I think that's the show, huh?
Yeah, I think we did it. We talked for a good about an hour. I don't even know what I'm fucking saying. Yeah, we did about an hour, so that's good.
Well, this is Neo Yoshi signing off. I hope you all are having a good week, and you can find me at Twitter at Neo_Ayoshi. And on Twitch at NeoAyoshi. I am streaming, people. It's happening. I said it for a long time. I would.
Fucking follow NeoAyoshi.
Follow me on.
You need some followers
on the Twitch because I want to play some games.
Neo
for you all,
like from the Matrix. Neo
Ayoshi, like the Japanese word Ayoshi.
I don't think anybody except for people in Japan are going to know that, but
AOSHI.
Neo Ayoshi.
And where can people find you?
This is Felix Hergood. That's Felix, as in Felix the cat. And Hergood, as in Felix Hergood. Felix Hergood can be found at Twitch. So you can search Felix Hergood. All one word, people. Twitter, Mixer, Instagram, and there's even a Felix Hergood Facebook fan page that you could follow.
What? Yo, he's got a fan page, yo.
Drake's got 200 million followers. I got 235, baby.
Not nothing, man. That's good.
No, that's not even followers. That's just on Facebook. That's likes. I got 235 likes. Yeah, baby. Like that Facebook page.
Hell to the yeah.
Not that it even matters. I don't. Facebook is. I post to it though. I do post to it.
I see. I pop in.
If
sometimes.
you like my Facebook page, you will see when I go.
It's not a Facebook guy. It's not a Facebook
who cares?
person.
Who is it? Who is? I don't fucking care.
Yeah, man.
But I'm currently streaming. My main 2 games are switching between Kingdom Come Deliverance. If you've not seen this game, it is a medieval simulator, and it is unbelievably interesting to watch. Lots of people have been coming in who have been enjoying that. And then I'm also doing a no HUD, so entirely no HUD whatsoever, nightmare mode playthrough of Assassin's Creed Origins, which is sometimes it's super impossible. But anyway, that's me. I did it to myself. Anyway.
See you next time.
Have a good week.
If you want, I'll back out, but I can also just carry the win.
No. Let's go. Let me watch the God work. You know.
I got you, baby.
Yep. Oh yeah, knockdown.
Oh my God, this is it.
This is it. Oh yeah.
You gotta be kidding me, baby. Let's go.
You're insane.
Oh,
yo, that was crazy. Oh. That was crazy. I died like 15 minutes ago to start winning the game myself. Holy
shit, baby. Let's go.